YouTube, what is up? Pickems. We're going to do Pickems early, at least for Americas. We're going to do Pickems today. I'm only doing it region by region. We can explain a bit of the teams. If I did all in one video, it would be crazy. I'd get lost. Especially with triple elim. When it gets down towards here, I'll probably speed run it a little bit. But at least for this first section, I can talk about what's happening with some of the teams and why I think they will win or lose their kind of original matches. And then we'll get down to the madness over towards here. Loud against Cloud9. Okay, so Robbie BK's out, and I think it's Darker is coming in. C9, see, Loud looked pretty good towards the end. But what I will say is C9 need a win so bad. Them and Fury are the only team that haven't got into a Masters yet. And this might be one of the best chances to do it. They already have a core. They're only changing one up. And I think it should be all systems go for them. They should be going really hard for this. 3 teams qualify to the first Masters. You got MIBR slightly out because Aspas is having surgery. Hopefully he's doing all right. There is a good chance that C9 should be going heavy for this. I'm not saying a good chance that they make Masters, as you'll see from, I guess, what I predict, but they should feel like they have a good go at it. So I'm going to back them for a little bit. I say for a little bit. I'm going to back them until they reach NRG. I think Kickoff for Som is on paper in-game pretty much the same. Maybe Kiko's a bit of an upgrade. I think Som added more out of game that you might see affect some of the players. Who knows? Like, especially morale stuff. I will say NRG, unless the map pool changes pretty drastically, going to be in a great spot, especially with Corrodin. Very good at this map. Dude, if Bind gets removed, Breeze has been leaked to be coming in. If it's Breeze for Bind, they could be unbelievable, because Breeze is the only real question mark for this team for me. Envy against EG. Envy against EG. This is a hard one. We got a lot of firepower on Envy. Rossi's coming in, and Kesnet's coming in, and then EG have obviously changed up their whole team. Can they get DG's in up to an okay standard with English? Maybe. Do I think Envy might just out-firepower them? Yeah. This is going to be like firepower against tactics. What wins, firepower or tactics? Because Com and Potter working together, they should have some great stuff, especially when it comes to ult usage. I imagine them winning a lot of those ult rounds. Com is very good with this stuff. Potter's been good with coming up with new stuff as well in different metas. I think I have to back firepower. It does just normally win out. But I don't know, man. This is one of those teams that I find it really hard to place, because something could just really click for them, and EG could be really good. But from what I've seen, the firepower from Envy is like really good, and I think the Rossi firepower huge, Kesnet crazy firepower as well. So I'm gonna just back the firepower, but I could definitely be wrong here. It's probably the one that I feel like the least unknown or unconfident about. Crew against Furia. I like Furia. I think they're a good upset team is how I would probably describe them. EU is such a big pickup. It really is. He's such a good player. Am I gonna back Crew? Does Sadak just do some crazy comps again? Historically, the data says that he's gonna do some mad comps. And I'm gonna back them. I'll back the weird comps, as long as it's not too weird and it's not like a Harbor Force or something like that, like what he did with K-Corp. If he's not going like completely crazy, I think Crew should be okay. Lev against 100 Thieves. Right, this one gets a little weird, because Neon is not 18 until the end of Jan, like midway through. I think roughly 2 or 3 games, I think 3 games in, or maybe 2 games in, he becomes 18, so he's allowed to play. Without him, they probably lose quite a lot. If he was in, I would have them doing this. To be honest with you. But because he's not in, I think I might have 100 Thieves, or at least G2 beating them. Thought process for that, it's a young, hungry team. They picked up a coach, Honor. He used to coach Crew, played against him multiple times. when I looked at Honor, he works his team very hard. So they're very good at, like, at the beginning of tournaments, like something like this. They're going to be putting in a lot of hours. They should be super drilled. But without a big key player for them, I think I have to back 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves against a stand-in. When have we seen that one go wrong before? Surely not again. They picked up Doombro's assistant coach. So I rate him enough that they should be able to beat this for sure. Doombros is good. And honestly, the team's firepower is good. I think level Kickoff once Neon gets in. 100 Thieves against G2. I think I'm going for nothing too crazy here, at least for these. G2 look fine with Baby Bay. Saw in the offseason maybe couple of rough rounds, but I think he's still getting back into it. Sentinels against Crew is pretty interesting. I might back Sentinels as well. I might back the overdogs for all of them, just purely because I'm not crazy confident about these going through as well. So I think MIBR will probably lose this, I would imagine. Aspas again is having surgery. I think he tweeted about it if you want to find out the information. He hopefully is going to be so fine and ready to play. I don't exactly know how long the recovery is going to be, but they should be like a little rusty because of time that they've lost because of that. So I would back these two. The classic. What could go wrong here? Before I go any further and we go to the middle round, I would just like to shout out the sponsor of this stream, Alienware. I'll put the link down below, aw.gg/deals. They're doing some Christmas deals at the moment. Christmas is coming up. I say it's coming up. It's 6 days away. Have you got presents for everyone? Do you need to give ideas to family members for yourself as well? Go check out the link. I'll put it in the comments below. Peripherals. We got monitors. We got everything you need. Laptops, PC. And go check it out. See what deals they got. And yeah, let's see if we can get something nice for Christmas. Highly recommend their monitors. Been very, very nice when I've been watching a lot of the games recently. Okay, shout out to Alienware. Thank you so much again for sponsoring me, for sponsoring Liquid, and enabling me to do what I've loved doing for the past 5 years, because I used to coach for them as well. Okay, let's go down to the middle round. Middle round, Loud against 100 Thieves. Yeah, sometimes when it's like this a limit, it might even be better losing this first game. Losing this first game isn't too bad here, because you just come back to the same spot. It's only really good once you win 2 in a row. Loud against 100 Thieves. Am I high up on 100 Thieves, or am I just thinking they can be a stand-in in terms of Lev? Let's back 100 Thieves for a little bit. I think we'll back 100 Thieves until I see something different. Wait, is that madness? It's Doom Bros. He knows what he's doing. Crew against EG. I think Crew... What do we go for here? Firepower diff. Are we going strat diff against this and Crew doesn't have enough firepower? Maybe. Let's back Comfort for this as well. Dude, I'm just randomly clicking. This is the problem with this stuff. I've got no idea. I haven't seen any games. Why am I even doing the Pickems? People just like them. Mostly to flame me, which I get. But like, I'm out here guessing. I'm out here just straight up guessing. I'm going, comms seems pretty good with ults. Positive chemistry should be good. Crew, Sadak historically likes weird comps. With a demo, maybe they would lose. That's my thought process. EG against 100 Thieves. Dude, let's back him, man. I'm not sure, but let's back him. Up until MIBR. We'll get that far. Furia against Envy. Furia against Envy. Dude, I said Furia are an upset team. I gotta have them having an upset at one point. I just don't think it's this. I don't think it's now. It's hard because I've seen the off-season events and they're losing to Envy with stand-ins, and I think the stand-ins they're getting for this, or actual players, are better than the stand-ins they had. So I think I've got to back Envy. Cloud9 against Lev, and in theory, Neon is not here. So I'm going to back C9. But I'm locking him in to at least this point, because I think he's back around here. And I think they're going for a big run, and I think it's going to be incredible to watch. Envy against C9. Might have to back Envy for this. What are we thinking? C9. C9 must win. When the pressure's on, how does C9 perform? Is this different now they have Celsius? I think it might be. They started the off-season bad, which they've never done. They're normally the best at off-season. Do we back C9? God, look at us. What are we clicking here? We're just going for it. MIBR against Cloud9. Surely not. Nah, we're not too mad. As long as Aspas is back, I think the team should just firepower diff a lot of these teams. Let's go over towards here before I touch the madness that is the lower bracket, or just lower bracket. NRG against G2. Are we surprised that I'm backing this? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we just back NRG for this. When it properly matters and it's not an off season and they haven't been taking... Let me explain something. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. There's a difference between... what's the best example? It's the difference between NRG's off season and... Who is a good example? Let's say 100 Thieves? Maybe the best example of this. NRG are bringing in like a proven player, right? They're bringing in Kiko. So they don't have to actually practice that much. You know how good he is. You know how good he's going to be. So you don't have to practice that much with him. So I imagine when they played, they didn't have many hours. Whereas like 100 Thieves, you're trialing multiple players and you're getting that synergy and you're practicing like a lot more. So the off-season should be, in my opinion, a little more drilled than an NRG. That's kind of where I'm viewing it. Because they would have had more hours. Hopefully you guys understand what the hell I'm talking about. Basically, I think NRG is going to lock in when it gets to actual elim games and it matters. Is basically what I was saying. I don't know if I described it well. Probably not. But maybe there's someone out there who got it. MIBR against G2. Dude, are we going for the most boring thing? No, we're not. Because here comes Lev. Wait, are MIBR going to beat G2? Maybe. Nah, they should be struggling for time. Dude, this really is the most boring Pickems until right here. This really is a redemption run for me. I don't know. I don't care who they're playing. I don't care who they're playing. I think they're just going to do it. Rematch? No, it's not a rematch, is it? Dude, really, really high up on Envy. Fair play. That's what I reckon. NRG, G2, Lev. Am I worried about MIBR? What's my reasoning for MIBR to not make it? My reasoning is Aspas having surgery and them not playing and being as together. Is that a valid? It feels pretty valid, but for some reason I want to do this, but I'm not going to. It's hard with these four. I think these four should kind of excel a little bit. I'm very high up on these four in terms of Americas. I think they're going to be my main teams that would get to most of the Masters. Okay, let's lock it in with G2 Lev. I said Lev are going to go for a lower bracket run. Again, for people that are wondering why on earth I don't have MIBR doing it, I think MIBR are going to be great. I just think they need some time with Aspas being out. And I think somewhere, I don't know if I'm just listening to Sideshow, which I should probably never do. I think somewhere someone said that they're not going to be practicing until he's back. So they're not going to be practicing with a stand-in. They could just straight up aim diff everyone. Like here, this could be this. But let's go with the story of no time. Lock it in. I will say I've got about a month a bit under a month to modify this, to change this. I might do that at one point. You'll have to ask me on my stream. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry that I yapped. 15 minutes, that's not too bad. We did all right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe. Shout out to Alienware, and I'll see you all soon.